getting corrected.
Particular value.
Particular value of capacitance. Okay. Okay. Then here you can see in figure, 3 capacitors are connected in series. I told you this is the way of connecting the capacitors in series. And when different values are there, farad is the unit of capacitance, and their values are here 2 microfarad, 3 microfarad, 4 microfarad, like that. Different value of capacitance are there. Their capacity to hold charge, that is different, not same one. So capacity of the capacitor is different, so their potential also will be different. But you know, in series combination, charge always remains same. And you have studied when resistors are connected in series, current is always same in all the resistors. Even though resistance values are different, the current remains same. Here it is charge. Instead of current, we can write charge. Charge in all capacitors remains same when they are connected in series. When the capacitors are connected in series, the charge on each capacitor remains same. Then what is different? Potential difference will be different. Capacitances are different. Charge remains same. That's an important factor. So here the varying one is potential difference. The total potential difference applied here will appear across each capacitor depending upon the value of their capacitance. Understand? Potential difference across V1, how will you find? We know the formula. See, V1 equal to Q by C1. Q equal to CV, that formula we have studied. So V1 we can find out, V1 equal to Q by C1, V2 equal to Q by C2. That much potential will appear across each capacitor, Q by C3, like that. Okay, then total potential difference applied here. If 6 volt is applied, that will be sum of the voltages across these 3 capacitors. And how much value of voltages will be there? That depends upon their capacity. Q is same. Q by C1, Q by C2, Q by C3. That will be the voltages across each capacitor. Depending upon the capacitance value, the voltage across them will be different. So Q by C1, Q by C2, Q by C3. Then total potential difference V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Q by C equal to Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3. Then common factor taken outside, 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Then next step, Q is there on both sides. V is taken as Q by C, children, because if instead of these 3 capacitors, if we connect a single capacitor and we apply potential difference V across it, this will be equivalent capacitance to these 3 capacitors. Instead of these 3 capacitors, if we connect a single capacitor and if we apply the same potential difference across it, understand? So if C will be equivalent to the combination of these 3 capacitors. If Q is the total charge and C be the equivalent capacitance, then V will be equal to Q by C. So we can write that V equal to Q by C. V1, V2, V3, we know, we just add them and common factor is taken outside, Q is cut, and we get the answer 1 by C equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. In series, all capacitors have equal charge but may have different voltage and capacitances. This is a very important factor. In series combination, all capacitors have what is equal for them, children? Series combination, what is equal for all capacitors? Charge have the same value, but capacitances and voltages are different. And in series combination, the formula used is V equal to V1. Voltage is changing. V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. And what is V1? Q by C1. What is V2? Q by C2. What is V3? Q by C3. So just substitute and we get the final formula. So when capacitors are connected in series, equivalent capacitance, will it be less or more than the individual values? 1 by C, reciprocal of capacitance, equal to sum of the reciprocals of the individual capacitors. So will the capacitance increase or decrease? That is the question. Think and tell. When capacitors are connected in series, decrease. Effective capacitance will decrease than the least value. Suppose this one is having the least value 1 microfarad and they are connected in series, that will be less than 1 microfarad. Equivalent capacitance will be less than the least value of the capacitance. So derivation you have to study when 3 capacitors or 2 capacitors are connected in series, derive the formula for the equivalent capacitance. This is the question for that. Next one, and we have to do problems with this after studying the derivation. So many problems are there, so many. So when capacitors are connected in parallel, you see this is the parallel connection, you see. This is the potential difference applied, or battery connected. V is the potential difference applied. Battery, if you connect a battery, that will provide the potential difference. So here from the battery, charging take place, you see, charge will come, and here positive is connected here. So this will get positive charge, and that charges the other capacitor also. Same potential difference is applied across them. Same potential difference is applied. So here, you know, potential difference is common for all the three. Same potential difference. So that is the difference. In parallel combination, V is same for each capacitor. See, its positive is connected to this. Its positive is connected to this. Its positive is connected to this. Similarly, negatives are also connected. So same potential difference they get. Each capacitor gets same potential difference V. So what is same in parallel combination, children? What is same?
Potential difference.
Potential difference is same in parallel combination, and charge is same in series combination. So each capacitor will have same potential difference, but we have taken their capacitance as different. Therefore, the charge will be different. Q1, first capacitor, let us C1 get charge Q1, C2, depending upon the capacitance, they will get charge. Depending on the value of capacitance, they will get charge. Second capacitor Q2, capacitance is C2. So depending on the value of its capacitance, that will be charged to an amount Q2. And the third one, capacitance C3, and the charge is Q3. So that depends upon their capacitances. Depending upon the capacitances, they will be charged to different amount. And charge, how will you calculate CV? CV is the formula for finding the charge. Q is proportional to V. We have studied that formula. Q is proportional to V. Q equal to CV. So Q1 equal to C1V. V is common. Don't change V. V is common. V is constant for all. So C1V. Q2 equal to C2V. Q3 equal to C3V. Substitute in the formula which is varying here. Total charge Q is sum of the charges on the individual capacitors. Q equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. There we have taken V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. There V was varying. Here Q is varying. Q, total charge Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Then substitute the equation Q instead of these three capacitors. If we replace it by a single capacitor, and if it also charged to the same value Q, same potential difference applying. If it is charged to the value plus Q and this one is minus Q, then this combination is equivalent to this single capacitance. So CV you can write here, equivalent capacitance CV is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3V. Common factor is V. C1 plus C2 plus C3. Therefore, we can cancel and we get the final formula C equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. In parallel combination, all capacitors have equal voltage but may have different charge and different capacitance. Very important note in parallel combination. Okay, so the final equation you see and compare with the equation you studied in resistances. In resistances, we got this type of formula R1 plus R2 plus R3 when they are combined in series. But in capacitance, you can see when they are connected in series, the formula is different. 1 by C1, 1 by C equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Like this, or reverse is the case in capacitor. When the capacitors are connected in parallel, the capacitances are added. We can increase the value of capacitance. For example, suppose you are having 1 microfarad and 2 microfarad capacitance. In order to increase the value, what connection will you prefer, children? 1 and 2, C1 and C2. To increase, we want a value more than 1 or more than 2, 3. Suppose we want 3 microfarad capacitance in a circuit. What will you do? Will you connect it series or parallel in order to increase the value? Huh?
Parallel.
We will connect them in parallel. To increase the value of capacitance, we will connect them in parallel. Okay. So derivation, children, write and study. Don't tell derivation difficult because derivations are direct questions. You cannot tell them difficult. Derivation, you have to write and study. There is no easy method. And now I am telling at least the headings and the final expression you study. And whenever possible or whenever you get time, study the derivation part. But you know, this is the basic thing. What is when the capacitors are connected in series? What is the formula? When capacitors are connected in parallel, what's the formula? Derivations, if you are not getting time, at least you study the headings and the final expression, figure also. So half mark you will get, half of the mark you will get. Derivation you can study later. That doesn't mean you know no need to study derivation. I am not telling that. Something is better than nothing. That's what I am telling. Understand? So you must study at least that formulas. But I am not saying that. Okay, derivation study you must study. In an exam, if a derivation come, oh, that is difficult. You cannot tell that because that are direct questions. That are you intended to study. That you must study that when it is taken. So this but final expression is also very important for doing problems, application questions. Final expression is very important. Okay. Okay, we can study next derivation, very important derivation, energy stored in a charged conductor. I am telling everything important, right? Because all these are important things. We cannot tell which is not important. All the questions we can expect any question. That is a board exam now, so you cannot leave anything. You have to study. So energy stored in a charged capacitor. We can see energy stored in a charged capacitor. All of you listen well, children. Here a capacitor is done, 2 plates, each area A, distance between them small d, V is the potential difference applied. Here, that is not shown here. Potential difference is applied, battery connecting, potential difference is applied, C is the capacitance. Okay. And when we connect a battery here, it continues charging the capacitor. Continues charging the capacitor. So, we at a particular time, for a small interval of time, we take the see when we charge the capacitor, when Q increases, what happens to V, children? Q increases. Q increases. What happened to V?
Increases.
V also increases. Q increases, V, Q is proportional to V. That's the basic thing that the basic thing we studied. Q is proportional to V. When we charge more and more charge to the capacitor, potential increases. Potential is the work done to charge, work done to bring a charge from infinity to that point. So when we give more and more charge, its potential is increasing. So, and that is varying all the time, varying. When we connect it to a battery, charging. So potential is increasing. That's varying case. So we take, if an infinitesimally small amount of charge dq is applied to the capacitor at constant potential. So at a particular time we are taking for a small interval of time, suppose delta q is the charge it is getting, and that time the potential is constant. We take like that. Otherwise, we cannot find the total work done to charge the capacitor. So we take for if an infinitesimally small amount of charge dq is supplied to the capacitor at a constant potential V. So at a potential V, we are giving a charge very small, not increasing its potential. Very small amount of charge is given. Its potential is not increased that time. Under that consideration, we find the small work done. Small work done equal to Q that we have studied work done, that is Q into V. Here dq is the charge given, V is the potential applied, work done QV. So small work done V into dq. dq is the small charge given, dw is the small work done. So V dq, q by c dq, V equal to q by c. Okay, small work done we got. Then total work done to the charge capacitor from 0 to the charge q. Total work done we can find out by integrating the expression. From 0 value, it was having 0 charge initially, and to a value capital Q charge we are charging it. So integral 0 to capital Q, q by c dq. Then capacitance value is constant, it is taken outside, 0 to q, q dq. Q raised to 1 into dq, q raised to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1, x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1, integral x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Here integral q raised to 1, q raised to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Then close. Integration is over. Give the limit 0 to q, give the limit. Then q square by 2 you are getting. That 2 is taken to left side. Then here small q square, upper limit minus lower limit, capital Q square minus 0, and we are getting q square by 2c. Q square by 2c. This work done is stored in the capacitor as electrostatic potential energy. So we got the energy of the capacitor, U equal to q square by 2c. Okay. So I will ask question from this. Okay, children. What is the potential?
Teacher, either
way. Can't hear, Nisa. Left. Net issue. So I'll ask question, children. What is the potential difference applied? അതിനാണ് ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഒന്നും കൂടെ മനസ്സിലാവും കേട്ടോ. Okay, here you can see a capacitor. What is the capacitance? Adil Krishna, what is the capacitance? Adil Krishna, what is the capacitance? No answer. What is the potential difference applied here, Adilashmi? What is the potential difference applied? Aditya, what is the potential difference applied? Aditya? Why no one answers? Abhinav, what is the potential difference applied?
Teacher,
What is the potential difference applied?
I don't know, teacher.
Oh my God.
Teacher,
Ah,
teacher, ഈ derivations ഒന്നും കൂടെ പറഞ്ഞുതരോ? ഇത് ഇപ്പൊ ടീച്ചർ
yeah, yes, that is what I am telling. I am asking, first I am asking about this. First, that even you don't know. Then how will you study derivation? What is the potential difference applied? How can you apply potential difference, children? Akshaya, how can you apply potential difference to a capacitor? Akshaya, don't know?
No.
Okay, potential difference apply, you don't know. Abarna, can you tell? How will you apply potential difference? Anyone? That is the best question. Anyone? How will you apply potential difference to a
By
capacitor?
charging the conductor.
How can you charge? How can you charge?
By placing two plates,
Two plates.
negative and positive.
How will you charge them?
Battery.
Battery. That is battery is the potential difference here. Battery is providing the potential difference, children. So battery is having positive and negative, isn't it? Battery is having positive and negative. So when positive is connected to this plate, it becomes positive. Negative is connected to this plate, this becomes negative. So one is at higher potential, the other is at lower potential. There is a potential difference. Okay. So how will you apply potential difference? Just connect it to a battery. Just connect it to a battery. So that is what I am telling. When it is connected to a battery, here it is charged. Positive is connected to this plate. So that will be charged to positive value and this plate will be charged to negative value. And there will be a potential difference. For example, suppose we are applying a 3-volt battery. That potential will appear across this capacitor. 3-volt will appear across this capacitor. Okay, if there is no other components in the circuit, whatever voltage is given, that will appear across this capacitor. Voltage across the capacitor plate is V volt. That is, so V is the potential difference applied. V is the potential difference applied. And see, I showed you in a capacitor figure. Just like one capacitor is taken and its capacitance, C is the capacitance. Instead of 1 farad, 1 microfarad, 2 microfarad, we are telling C is the capacitance. V is the potential difference applied. Okay. Figure understood, children? Figure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Figure we understood now. Now we are finding the expression for energy stored in a capacitor. So see, during the time of charging, charge increases like that. It is increasing. That process is a changing process. Changing process, work done, we have to integrate and find out. So, and also work done is equal to Q into V. We know that formula. Q into V is the formula for work done. And here it is, Q is not constant. It is a charging process. That is changing its charge all the time, every instant. So we take for a small time interval, that charge for a time of charging, dq amount of charge is given, and that time the potential is not varied. Actually the potential is varying, but we take, suppose that if in an infinitesimally small amount of charges dq is supplied, that time potential is V itself, not changing, constant potential. So when infinitesimally small, very small charge is given, so charge we are taking, voltage is not varying, voltage is constant, then only we can use this formula. Small work done equal to V dq. V is we are not taking, otherwise we have to take a varying potential. We are taking at a particular instant, V is the voltage. We are suppose, that is suppose, we suppose that. V is constant for a small, when we give a small amount of charge, V is not varying. So in that case, we can take the work done V dq. Clear, children? dW equal to V dq. Have you got? Clear? No answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So dW equal to V dq. Okay. Then to get the total work done, we have to integrate the expression. How much charge we are giving to the capacitor with the help of the battery. Initially, it was not at all having any charge. With the help of this battery, we are charging the capacitor. So 0 to amount, how much amount we are charging, that we have to put the limits. Integral 0 to capital Q, we are charging the capacitor. So total, this is small work done to give a charge dq. Therefore, what is the total work done to give a charge capital Q to the capacitor? So that we get by integrating the expression integral 0 to capital Q, Q by C dq. Understood, children, this step? Total work done. Total work
Yes, ma'am.
done to give a charge from 0 to capital Q. So integrate this expression within the limit 0 to capital. Okay. Then you can take C is constant, C is not varying. So it is taken outside 1 by C. Q dq. Q is varying. Okay. Q 0 to capital Q, it is varying. Okay. 1 by C into, this is the formula we studied. Last year also we have done derivations of this type. Integral x raised to n dx, x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Isn't it, children? That spring potential, many places we have studied that derivation. Integral x raised to n dx, x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1, isn't it? Why no answer?
Yes, ma'am.
We have studied this step. Q raised to 1 plus 1. This is power actually is 1. Q raised to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Limit 0 to capital Q. So 1 by C into this 1 plus 1, 2 is taken here. Denominator Q raised to 2. Then we have to apply the limit. Upper limit giving capital Q square minus lower limit. In the place of Q, you give the lower limit 0 raised to 2. That is 0. 0 raised to 2. That is 0. So we got the expression Q square by 2C. Q square by 2C. Therefore, this work done, this much work is done by the battery to charge the capacitor to an amount capital Q. Q square by 2C. This work done is stored in the capacitor as electrostatic potential energy. So we got the expression for energy. One expression is this, Q square by 2C. Okay. Then I will ask you steps. What is dW? I will ask the steps. What is dW, children? Tell. dW, work, small work done. Work done formula. V dq. Small work done, V dq. What is V?
Q by V is the potential.
That how will you get here in a capacitor? V equal to what?
By battery.
V is potential difference applied. So in terms of Q and C, what is V?
Q by C.
Q by C. So we are writing Q by C. Then small work done if you get, how will you find the total work done? Tell the step. W equal to? Integral 0 to capital Q,
Q by C.
dq. Q by C. Then constant C is taken outside. 1 by C into integral Q dq. Like that we write. Then what is next step? Tell. Q raised to 1 dq. What is the next step? Q raised to? Tell. Q raised to?
1.
1
by
1 plus 1 by
1 plus 1.
1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. That is next step. See, that is next step. Next 2 is taken outside. Denominator 2 is taken outside. Then small q square. Apply the limit. Upper limit minus lower limit. Tell. Upper limit minus lower limit.
minus 0.
Capital Q
Q
square
square
minus 0. See,
0.
that is the answer. Q
Is
square
equal
by
to
2C.
square by 2c.
That is the answer. Okay, children? Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I think everybody understood now. Then different forms are there. In series, we use this formula. Q square by 2C, energy stored in a capacitor. In series combination, we use this formula. And some other equations are also there. To find the energy, you can see another expressions. U equal to Q square by 2C, putting Q equal to CV, we get another expression for energy. Q equal to CV, different forms are there. So C square V square by 2C, 1C get cancelled, we get half CV square. Parallel combination, we use this formula, half CV square. Energy equal to half CV square. Then one more type you can write, C equal to Q by V from this same formula. Q equal to CV, we get one formula. C equal to Q by V, substitute. Half into C equal to Q by V into V square. So one V cancel, half QV. So three formulas you have studied now. One is this, energy stored in a capacitor, Q square by 2C. Then in series combination, we use this formula. And in parallel combination, we use this formula, half CV square. And this is, if Q and V are given, we can use this formula to find the energy, half QV. For all, half is there. Half Q square by C or Q square by 2C, you can say, half CV square. Then half QV. Remember all the formulas of energy stored in a capacitor. Okay. The next is energy density. Different forms. So you have to write and study derivation. Then all the formulas by heart, all the formulas every day. So actually, as a +2 student, you have a lot of work to do. Not only listening the class, so all the you have to study, not only writing the notes. You have to study all the derivations. So much work is there. Because this 1 year is going to decide your future. 2 years are there, but this year is very, very crucial to you. Be up to date. That is what we are. We will be getting enough time to study. No, don't worry. That means we will be completing in November itself. We may be completing in portion. So you will get enough time. So whenever you get time, don't waste it. That's what I want to tell. Okay, energy density we can see, children. Energy by volume, that is energy density. Energy density means energy per unit volume. So energy is half CV square. So we are substituting energy, half C equal to A epsilon 0. Another terms we are writing. Another terms, energy density, energy per unit volume. So half into C. C we already know. What is the expression for C? A epsilon 0 by D. What is the expression for V? E into D. That values we substitute here and square it, and what we get is square D square. 1D get cancelled. So square into D is there. Half epsilon 0 E square A into D. 1D cancelled. Half epsilon 0 capital E square A into D. A into D, for a capacitor, children, what is A into D? Area of the plate and the distance between the plates. What it will give to us? Area of each plate into distance between the plate. Anyone? Area into distance. What is volume? Volume? Yes. Now we are getting the volume. A into D is volume. So energy density means energy per unit volume. So A into D is taken to the left side. Energy is U. Energy per unit volume means A into D is taken to left side. So energy by A into D, energy per unit volume, equal to half into epsilon 0 E square. Usually, sometimes in question paper, you can see, show that energy density is half epsilon 0 E square. Like that, you will have to prove. Energy density equal to half epsilon 0 E square. So, you have to do these steps. Otherwise, you can stop with the energy stored in a capacitor. If energy density is asked, you have to do these steps also. Substituting C. What is C? What is C, children? A epsilon 0 by D. What is V? V equal to E into D. Yesterday I told you, no, V E equal to V by D. V equal to E into D. Okay. V is coming last. The first E letter comes first, D also comes first. When they are multiplied, we get the last one. Like that, remembering one formula also I told you, remember? V equal to E into D. Children, do you remember? No? No answer. V equal to yes, that is a very important relation. V equal to E into D. A very energy, capacitance, and you should know all the formulas. Then only you can substitute it here, children. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
ടീച്ചർ എനർജി ഡെൻസിറ്റി കാണുന്നത് മറ്റേ പാരലൽ കോമ്പിനേഷന്റെ എനർജി ഫോർമുല വെച്ചിട്ടല്ലേ?
Yes, yes, parallel, so capacitance of a parallel capacitor.
അപ്പൊ ടീച്ചർക്ക് ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഇക്വേഷൻ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഇത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഇപ്പൊ സീരീസിന്റെ ആയാലും പിന്നെ മറ്റേ 1/2 ക്യൂബിന്റെ ആയാലും.
Half QV. We can find out. But in order to show like this, easy step is this. Okay, we can find out, no problem. So, children, when you ask question, ask in English, you know, children, ask in English. Okay, next, energy stored in series combination we are finding. Energy stored in series combination. 3 capacitors are connected, C1, C2, C3, and a battery is connected. Battery is having a potential difference V. So, when 3 capacitors are connected in series, what is the total energy? That is the question. Each capacitor will have energy. Half, for example, Q square by 2C. In series combination, we use that formula. So, each capacitor will have energy. How much energy? Q square by 2C1. Q is same. Series combination, Q is same. Charge remains same. Q square by 2C1, Q square by 2C2, Q square by 2C3. So, the total energy will be sum of energies of 3 capacitors. So, you can write Q square by 2 into 1 by CS. 1 by CS is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So, Q square by 2 into 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So, you just multiply Q square by 2C1, Q square by 2C2 plus Q square by 2C3. So, these are the energies of individual capacitors. So, total energy series combination, energy stored in series combination, energy stored in series combination is sum of the energies of the individual capacitors. That is Q square by 2C1 plus Q square by 2C2 plus Q square by 2C3. So, for doing problems and all these formulas are very, very important.
ടീച്ചർ അങ്ങനെ പറയോ?
See, when 3 capacitors are connected in series, what is the total energy? That is the question. How will you find the total? One capacitor energy we have seen, Q square by 2C or half CV square or half QV, different formulas we have studied. But when 3 capacitors are connected in series, how will you find the total energy? That is the question. How will you find total energy? Each capacitor's energies are added. Understand? 1 by U equal to Q square by 2 into 1 by CS is the equivalent capacitance. So, equivalent capacitance you have to find out. Q square by 2 into 1 by CS. Q square by 2 into 1 by CS, this is Series combination, what is the formula? 1 by CS. 1 by CS, S means series. 1 by CS equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. And we are showing it. The total energy of the combination is sum of the energies of the individual capacitors. So that is the way to find energy of a series combination. This is the formula. Just add all the energies using this formula. Okay. Parallel, what will happen? You see, parallel. Energy stored in parallel combination. There also energy of individual capacitors, but we have to use this formula. Parallel combination. For the first one, V is constant. So we have to use half Cp into V square. Parallel combination. Cp, equivalent capacitance when capacitors are connected in parallel, Cp. So half V square into Cp. Cp means C1 plus C2 plus C3, parallel combination. So we got half C1 V square plus half C2 V square plus half C3 V square plus etc.